What is up, my fellow creepers and things that go bump in the night? Welcome back to yet another episode of Creature of the Night. I am your host, Toxin, of course, your friendly neighborhood sinner. Guys, thank you for an amazing month of October. I just want to get that out there. I probably did, thank you in the last video. But I just want to thank y'all again. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for showing some support. And we did gain a few more subscribers, but I need your help, guys. Please go out there, like, subscribe, and share my videos. Please, 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 please subscribe, guys. And go ahead and hit that bell and let you know all the times I ever upload. Alright, guys? So today, I thought I would go over, because I did have a request for Queen of the Damned. Shout out to Charlie Lestat. I had a request for that film, but I rewatched it just to get a refresher. And looking at it, I was like, you know what? There's a few characters and a few references to another movie. So I thought I would just go over that one first, and then go into the Queen of the Damned in another video. But today I will be reviewing Interview with the Vampire.
Has no meaning anymore, does it?
His name is Lestat.
But what if I could give it back to you? Pluck out the pain and give you another life. One you could never imagine.
Starring Brad Pitties, Tom Cruise, Antichrist, Antonio Banderas, Kristen Dunst, and Christian Slater. Director Neil Jordan, writers Anne Rice, and she actually wrote the screenplay and the novel, so I thought that was pretty interesting. Interview with the Vampire. First off, I forgot how fucking long this movie was. It's a 2-hour long movie. I know, hey, in-game was 3 hours or whatever, but sitting there and it's nothing but narration, non-stop, really, like dialogue, not a lot of action. A big fan of narration, so, it already got a thumb up for me. I've only seen it like twice in my lifetime, so yeah, I definitely needed a refresher. So, essentially, Lestat, who is played by Tom Cruise, he goes and bites Lewis, who is played by Brad Pitties. He and transforms him. Just essentially, he says he was for some great purpose, or he sensed something different in him. That's why he turned him. That's why he chose him. I just think he was gay and he was lonely. This film, and even Queen of the Damned, when I watched it, kind of I forgot how very sexualized vampires were. The ones I think I reviewed in my channel, they are just creatures that, yeah, they're, there's a few maybe sex scenes here or there, but mainly they're out to kill and, feed and stay alive and live and party for the rest of their lives. This one, it's definitely goes on the other side, like the side of where being immortal is a bad thing. You're lonely, you're full of emotions, even though these creatures are emotionless creatures, soulless creatures, whatever. Louis actually was very in touch with his emotion. I guess from what I took from it, it's like whatever state of mind you are when you are bitten, that's kind of what you drag over into the life. So he was going through a major loss. He had lost his family. He was already thinking about suicide. He wanted to die. He was rich. He wanted to lose his estate and everything. He just didn't give a shit anymore. Once he lost his family, that was it. So he kind of, in my opinion, he dragged that over to his now dead life, his now immortal life. And because the whole thing, he's just a whiny bitch. That's all he's doing, is whining and bitching about it. Again, none of us are really going to know whatever that's like, going through life by yourself. And, outliving different lovers here and there, or, seeing something that you loved or whatever that catches your eye, and then you outliving it. So I know, none of us are going to know that. So I am speaking out of whatever, but again, that's all he's kind of doing. Even Lestat, there's a whole thing is saying dude, that's all I hear from you for centuries is bitching and moaning. Even when they add on Kristen Dunst's character, she plays a little girl, they infect her it's in the it's in the height of the plague era or something like that. Her mother's dead, and he kind of infects her. He drains her because he swore off human blood because he doesn't want to take human life. You're a fucking vampire, dude. Swore off human life, so he's feeding off of rats and any other little rodents or creatures that he can find, alligators, snakes, whatever, pigeons, for God's sakes, dogs, just to survive. And he's not getting the full blown stuff he needs that he would get from human blood, but he's just it's just to satisfy my hunger that I can. So he finally gives in and drains her. Lestat turns her into a vampire, and now she's stuck as a little girl, but her mind's growing, hormones, I guess, are growing or whatever, because she starts thinking that she wants to be a full-grown woman. She wants to be like these women she sees on the streets, and it's fucked up. Like in the world, that's like one of the number one rules: don't ever turn kids. Going through, Lestat being a bloodhound, just he doesn't really give a shit. He likes the living. He loves being a vampire. He loves human blood, so that's what he fucking lives for. So that's what he's gonna do. It doesn't matter. He doesn't have the same remorse that Louis does. So, like, with all these three people, an emotional one who's like fighting her body and hating who she's become, and this guy who just doesn't give a shit really about anybody's feelings, is all about him. Yeah, it's kind of a recipe for disaster. Even Antonio Banderas, like with him as a vampire alone with his long hair and his pale white skin, it looks hilarious to me. But overall it was a damn good movie. I do highly recommend it. I think I saw it on Prime. It might have been Hulu. It might have been Hulu, most likely, because that's where I stay mostly. But going through centuries, them looking for other vampires, not really finding them until they run across, Antonio Banderas, Amand, I think his name is, and it's just everything. It's so weird. I forgot how they could portray vampires as homosexuals. Like, again, nothing, like, not bashing or anything like that. It's just like there's a lot of tension. There's a lot of homosexual tension between these vampires. Like, even when Lestat turns Louis, like how he turns him, he bites him, of course, and then Lestat slits his own wrist and has him drink his vampire blood, and so he clamps down and bites, and he keeps gorging on this blood, and until Lestat has to throw himself off, like, no, that's enough. Like as he was getting drained, it sounded like he was like fucking orgasming. I'm just saying, it's really borderline homosexual. Even in Queen of the Damned, there's a few parts, like when Lestat, because that goes into Lestat's story, and how he was turned and the person who turned him and the shit that he was going through. Even when he's doing it to his maker, it still sounds like really gay. I'm sorry, but it was a little uncomfortable watching it, because again, refresher, so I didn't remember a lot of this shit. Guys, it's heavy on dialogue, heavy on narration. Don't expect, bullets, guns, and stakes and all that with this shit. But it was damn good. Even the little action part when he meets Ahmad and vampires can actually read minds. So his narration, it's his mind talking. So he talks about betraying Lestat. The little girl actually made him drink dead blood, and I guess it kills him, or it drains him, or doesn't let him heal, or something like that. Because then she goes and slices his throat, and he bleeds out. He later survives by feeding on a crocodile or an alligator or wherever, and that's how he comes back. Even when they set him on fucking fire, years, like centuries later, he comes back to where he burned Lestat, and he's actually still there surviving off the rodents. But yeah, the whole movie, it's from Brad Pitt's point of view. He's telling a story, he just wants to get a story out there. He kind of wants to be discovered. He's probably tired of being alone. That's the main thing with this, is being alone and being alone forever. That's the whole thing, and not being able to talk to anybody or having anybody that, because once they got rid of the stat, it was him and that little girl until Ahmad's people, read his mind, and they actually burned the little girl and another vampire they were planning on making a mother for her, because Louis was going to go with Ahmad, again, gay, just saying, and they bury him upside down. They torch her with the sunlight, so that seems to be the only effective way to kill these vampires, is the sunlight. Again, garlic and steaks and silver are really not into play in this movie, so it doesn't, don't rely too heavily on that. I haven't read the book. I heard the book is really, really good, so I might take a look at that. Guys, I give it 2 thumbs up, guys. Again, don't expect a lot of action right off the back. Just stick with it. It's a damn good movie. I highly recommend it. Fucking vampires pretending to be humans, pretending to be vampires. I probably watched it. That's like one of my favorite lines from that movie. Probably watched the whole movie just so I could hear that, just so I could hear Louis say that again. But guys, go check it out. More to come, guys. More from the heavy hitter Hernandez bros. Go check them out. I will leave a link in the bio, in the description below, so you can go check them out. It's actually my little brothers. They do have only one video up of them carving a pumpkin. But it's funny, and it's just a preview of what's to come, guys. More from We Them Dudes. I don't know what's going on with the board. We are trying to get things together. Not too many good movies, coming out, really. If you look at our past reviews, we kind of did, like, those ones that were supposed to do, blockbuster hits, or ones that were, like, got really hyped, a lot of hype behind them. So not too many going on, again, because of everything going on, and, the election is taking... a point of view, it's taking points away from everything else. So, guys, stick with me, guys, and always remember, if you're not sinning, you're not having fun. Rock on, guys.